If your child has suddenly developed intense anxiety, obsessive behaviors like repetitive hand washing, or uncontrollable motor and verbal tics, you may suspect something neurological is wrong. But often standard medical testing comes back normal, leaving you feeling dismissed and without answers. There is light at the end of the tunnel, though. The cause could be PANDAS or PANS, two complex disorders tied to infections where the immune system gets confused, triggering psychiatric symptoms. The reason these two tough health challenges that most commonly affect teenagers and young girls are extra tough to understand is because they also create significant imbalance and dysfunction within the brain and the nervous system, which means the proper care approach needs to target both the immune system and the nervous system at the same time. Getting properly diagnosed is key, but relief is possible with the right multifaceted care approach. This video is for parents desperate to figure out why their child's personality and behaviors changed virtually overnight when other diagnoses don't fully fit. You want to equip yourself with knowledge on how infections, immune dysfunction, inflammation, and nervous system disruption intersect in PANDAS and PANS. In this video, you'll learn what distinguishes PANDAS and PANS from other neurological conditions, how strep and other infections throw the immune system off course, leading to sudden anxiety and OCD, the vicious cycle requiring both immune-based and nervous system support, and steps to uncover the root causes and collaboratively restore calm, regulation, and balance once again. Now, Caleb's family faced an uphill battle as he was confronted with a variety of challenges at once. In the midst of fourth grade, Caleb's lively spirit was dampened by major motor tics, mood swings, and difficulties focusing. And part of the culprit was a PANDAS diagnosis. With every specialist under the sun offering little relief, the journey started to feel hopeless. Neurologists diagnosed him with Tourette's, and psychiatry experimented with various medications for anxiety and ADHD, but the impact was minimal. Soon, Caleb's grades started plummeting, and he felt like a social outcast at school. Something just didn't feel right. But that's when they found neurologically focused chiropractic care after a trusted recommendation from a friend. When they met their PX doc team, Mom said, from the start, they made us feel heard and gave us hope again. And though she felt cautious to cling on to too much hope after being so let down by other doctors, deep down she felt this was exactly what Caleb needed. After committing full-heartedly to Caleb's unique care plan, the wins started coming. There was no denying that it was working when Caleb's tics started disappearing. That was a huge relief for everyone. Now with continued care, Mom says his tics have been reduced by 90%. His grades are on the rise, and his mood is much more stable. As stable as a tween's can be, Mom says. She also reports that he's easier to redirect and has better social engagement with his peers. With his nervous system in a more regulated place, he's also working through a PANDAS protocol with their integrative pediatrician and has even more hope and big wins on the horizon. Way to go, Caleb. Great work, bud. PANDAS stands for Pediatric Autoimmune Neuropsychiatric Disorders associated with streptococcal infections. That's a lot. So let's break that definition down piece by piece. First, autoimmune means the immune system mistakes healthy cells for dangerous invaders and unleashes inflammation that damages tissues and organs. With PANDAS, antibodies that were created to attack strep also interfere with signals to and from the brain. Second, streptococcal refers specifically to Streptococcus bacteria, responsible for illnesses like strep throat, scarlet fever, and more, that spark the autoimmune cascade. However, PANS, or Pediatric Acute Onset Neuropsychiatric Syndrome, can stem from other infections like influenza, mycoplasma pneumonia, or even food poisoning. But the suddenness and severity of symptoms, they're similar. Both PANDAS and PANS ultimately impact neurological function, specifically the basal ganglia, which coordinates cognition, emotions, movements, and behaviors, and the vagus nerve, which coordinates the body's ability to rest, calm, digest, and regulate. This is why all of the neurological symptoms can appear so fast and bypass detection on common medical exams. Once things really set in, it's not just inflammation that needs to be addressed, but also two things called subluxation and dysautonomia. Subluxation occurs when there is excessive and stuck tension in the neck, upper back, and other areas of the neurospinal system, leaving the sympathetic fight or flight nervous system stuck on overdrive. Dysautonomia is a foundational component of these disorders, which is a significant imbalance of the autonomic nervous system and vagus nerve. We can detect and measure this dysautonomia and nervous system dysregulation with our incredible insight scanning technology, especially the HRV. It becomes a destructive domino effect or perfect storm, where infectious illness triggers immune dysfunction, spurring inflammation that disturbs neurological communication between the brain and the body, especially via the vagus nerve. Once that subluxation and sympathetic dominance settle in, it then leads to more stress, more tension, and eventually more exhaustion and dysfunction. So how to get the drug-free help that clears and stabilizes the storm? Helping a child with PANDAS or PANS infections requires that first, the underlying neurological dysfunction and dysautonomia are addressed via neurologically focused chiropractic care, and often an intensive-like program where quite a few adjustments are made each week in the early stages. This is important because if the nervous system stays out of balance and sympathetic dominant, then both the immune system and digestive system will be shut down, suppressed, and unable to fully rid the body of the infections, even with the most perfect functional or integrative medical approach, diet changes, detoxes, and supplement support, which are of course essential to complete the healing process. So often, the traditional medical route leaves parents feeling dismissed and without answers or effective action steps, and too many heavy medications can just drive the infections and dysautonomia further down. We encourage our families to build a multi-layer care team of neurologically focused chiropractors and functional or integrative care professionals. To take the first step in adding nervous system regulation care to your child's team, either comment below or send us a DM to schedule a consult and learn more about how we can help. The DMs do go directly to me, so I will see your questions. There is hope. Both PANDAS and PANS can be put into remission so children can regain their happy, healthy, resilient selves. The key is persistently digging for answers and adding in the multi-layered care approach to address the root cause and neuro-immune dysfunctions in full. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and please share this video with anyone you know that needs to hear this. Friends, family members, people in the Facebook groups that you're a part of that are struggling with the same things. You can give my office a call at 518-599-0067, and my website, cdfchiro.com, has more information and is a really convenient way to schedule. My team is always here to help.